It is spring here in Alberta, and as you've heard me say time and time again, this is honestly one of the worst times to go on adventures. Yet I'm out here and we're going to be tackling a muddy hill. It is the middle of May. It's actually May long weekend and we have snow on the ground, so these trails are not dry by any means, and it makes tackling the trail a little bit slippery. So we have, especially in this area, it's almost like a clay or like a mud. So you can kind of see my foot get stuck in it, which makes it really hard to get traction. Even if you have the best mud terrain tires, you're going to be spinning no matter what. And well, it's a good time to put the all-wheel drive system on the Subaru Forester to the test. And you see a lot of the challenges associated with the trails here in general aren't to do with the trail conditions. It's to do with the ruts and, well, the off-camber sections that, well, the Subaru does have quite a bit of travel and maybe sometimes doesn't have quite enough to keep all four wheels on the ground. And if you're already limited by traction, it's going to be really tricky to keep moving and, well, climb some of these hills. So that's exactly what we're going to test today. We're going to put the Forester to the test on one of these steep, slippery spring inclines and see really how it does. I think it should do all right. I've done this lots, but with these trail conditions, you just never know. And the plan to tackle this as well, because we have rocks on the sides and a little bit of snow, we're going to try to stay over to this side, climb on here, and then once we get to the rutted section right here, we're going to try to see if we can't turn left and keep both or all four wheels in the grooves here, and hopefully not high clearance ourselves. If we do end up in the snow here, I think we're going to lose traction and won't be able to climb it. And well, slow and steady doesn't always win the race. We're on a pretty good angle here. We've got, I think both our wheels in the little cross ditch are ruts on the middle. But just because the terrain is too slippery, we're just spinning. So we're gonna go ahead, put it in reverse and slowly creep down the hill. We don't want to start sliding, because if we start sliding, then we'll get out of control. So keep the wheels spinning, make sure you're not locking up, and walk back down. Pretty slick. I think we might have to resort to a little bit more momentum. Like many of our other adventures with the Subaru, there's a couple things going on there. The first was obviously traction. As I said, this trail is extremely muddy, and this is why I avoid spring trails, because something like that would be a walk in the park. But when it's slippery, you got to go ahead and we'll hit it with a bit more momentum. Momentum is something that people love to do. People always love to say, oh, Subarus can hit anything with momentum. And well, that's true. When you're out here in the wilderness, you don't really want to do that. Especially if you're going to be breaking axles or something, you want to take it the safest way possible. So that means hitting it slow first and then ramping up the speed, not hitting it 110 miles an hour right away, because that's how you break stuff and that's how you get in trouble when you're out in the middle of the wilderness. Other than that, I think we might have been slightly limited by the travel on the car, especially as suspension was lifting. We were getting less grip to the tires, and if we didn't have grip to all four tires, especially on that far side, we were unable to, well, keep on moving forwards and kind of crawl our way up. I think if we kind of kept in it and had a bit of grip, we could have made it. But with the wheel lifting, we were kind of spinning and kind of trapped out there. So that was a good test, and just goes to show why something like this trail would be a ton of fun in the summer is maybe not the best choice in the spring. We like to make sure in our winter trips, we're making sure it's nice and flat. Like this in the winter would be horrible. You'd be backed into that tree over there. So we want to make sure that we're judging and selecting our trail based off of the risk on the trails. And this is one that maybe it'd be all right, but as we get higher up into the hills here, there's some steep sections with some rocky ledges that you don't really want to slide off of. If you're high center of gravity car, you could even roll. So we're gonna leave this trail for later on. So you're gonna have to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss us doing this trail. Absolutely a fun trail. I haven't made a video in a couple of years, so we'll definitely be doing that. And then other than that, make sure you're subscribed. Let me know down below what kind of adventures you want to see on the channel this summer, whether it's longer road trips, shorter punchy trails. Drop a comment and help us plan our summer adventures. And while you're down there, don't forget to go ahead and check out Flat for Off-Road for all your adventure Subaru needs, getting your Subaru ready for trails like this, as well as the channel memberships for behind the scenes and exclusive perks. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next adventure.